We're still.
We'll just share a mic.
Oh,
So Beige was like, "Hey, do you want to read the coming up?" And I'm like, "I should. Yes, great idea." And I realized I had not read it.
Yeah.
Until I started reading it out loud.
It's fine because I hadn't read it either.
I was gonna say, had either of you read it?
No.
Well, I think I did a pretty good job.
You did.
I wanna just quickly mention the shield.
I'm so happy.
The shield was not made by me.
No.
No, it was made by a fan of ours whose name I completely forget, and I apologize for that. But thank you very much.
We've had it for a couple of years now.
We finally have a way. We had a way to use it, and thank you. Appreciate that.
My costume is Devo.
How are we on? Do we want to redo any of that?
No, that was fine.
Yeah, everything went well. Even the ridiculous special effects bits of me walking on stage.
The special effect of walking on stage.
Yeah.
The gong worked.
Special effects in quotation marks. Yes.
Is it Persona 5 Royale or Royal?
It's royal.
Oh.
Yeah, it does not have an E at the end.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it did.
Yeah, no, the logo has just Persona 5 The Royal or just Persona 5 Royal I've seen too. The website is just Persona 5 Royal. I didn't even see the, which is very weird because I'm like, it was in that image.
Persona 5 Royale with cheese. Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
That was the lower third.
Yeah.
Good.
This is a Royale with cheese.
All right, I'm going to move my mic over. Are we going to have like all four of us on the...
I guess, yeah, we probably should have had 4 mics.
Great, I'll get the fourth mic.
Okay. Well, this one stays right here. No, this one goes this way.
Here's the next one. Actually, that's going to be mine. You're going to need that one.
Oh, this one will be yours?
Yeah, I guess that one has to be mine. Otherwise, I have to unplug the microphones. I just realized this is a stupid
No,
idea.
it's not a good idea.
No.
Happy Spooptober.
The Royale is probably what they'll call the beat 'em up game they make for some fighting.
Oh, right. That'll be good.
I really wanted us to...
Persona Battle Royale.
I wanted us to end this episode with, and from all of us at CheckPoint to all of you out there, happy holidays!
Yeah.
Can we get the chat on screen before you come up, Paul?
Let's rotate the microphones.
Also,
The extra chairs on the right
oh shit! All right, yeah.
Oh.
Let's bump that.
Do we
down.
shuffle off to Buffalo? All right. Dun, 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 dun.
Do you want to just remove that altogether?
No, the ow was that Kathleen rolled over my foot.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
My shoeless foot.
I am so tall now.
I'm sorry, Graham. Judging by chat's response, Devo is over. Now, do you mean over in the cultural sense or over in the wrestling sense?
They just actually did a retirement show, at like their last show ever, apparently, at Desert Days, which is the psychedelic rock music festival, aka
That seems
the
prudent.
most Kathleen music festival ever.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's also like $600 to go, and there's people who like crystals there. So this is like
All right, so we should be...
how goes the work and the sound editing, mine's Kathleen? Well,
Pretty well, yeah.
yeah.
It's still
It's
there's
just,
still
there's
lots
a
to
lot.
be done.
There's a lot to be done.
Beej's mic
Beej's
isn't
mic isn't
on,
on.
says.
It should be now.
It is on now.
Okay.
This hat is called the Energy Dome.
Yeah. Or if you turn it upside down, a potato chip bowl.
Is that what they were?
I don't know.
I believe so. I think they were Tupperware potato chip bowls.
I think someone had actually, when they gave it to us, they said apparently originally this was a potato chip bowl or something like that. It's good though. It's very modern.
Nice.
I like it.
I have no costume, I'm afraid.
Oh no, you have a mundane costume.
Yeah,
of some
like
sort.
from that Japanese party.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
Man-
man who's distraught waiting for the cable guy to show up.
I see.
Well, right? Is that not what happened this morning?
I guess, yeah.
Did they ever get there?
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
getting
they
the
did.
Desert Bus venue rigged for internet this morning. I say we. Paul was there, and the man never came.
Yeah. So I
But
went
yeah,
and got Paul.
then James stayed there, and the man came eventually about 15 minutes after the latest he was supposed to come. So, it's all good.
Let's have everyone ring in and tell me whether my mic
I-
is off or not.
This is why I'm Paul.
It should be
This is
on
why
now.
I'm Paul.
I think that
It should be
I think
on.
that
That's
one
his
person was
costume.
watching quite delayed.
It might be very delayed. Yes.
I like the, you're talking about the mundane
Costumes?
costume.
Yeah, I love them.
But no, but just the, like, that thing, because, I mean, that's like, the idea of sort of, it's like, because that's a really old concept, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the Addams Family did the serial killer. They looked like everyone else.
Ah, cute.
So that's and that used to be like when I was in high school, that would be like you come to school on the day where you're allowed to wear costumes or whatever, and and you're not wearing a costume, and they're like, that's who you like. Yes, I'm dressed as the serial killer who looks like everyone else.
Haha.
I like there was
The fakey
there's a
costume.
woman who showed up carrying 2 giant bags of trash with the thing, woman who forgot to take out the trash. Like she's running after the whatever, right? Like it's and it's like, so you're just stuck with it all day, I guess is the
Yeah.
idea.
It's commitment. A lot of those. There was one with like, there was 3 people who were like someone trying to pack their manga because they're moving, but they got distracted and started reading, and then their friend who was trying to help them pack the manga, but also started reading.
Great.
And then like the professional mover who was trying to help things along, but also got so it's just
That's
3 of
good.
them sitting on the ground. One of them has a uniform because they're actually a professional mover. Reading manga in front of a pile of manga in a banker's box.
But then they have to like carry all that stuff around with them anytime they want to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really good.
My favorite one was woman who is drinking something hot and she'd actually put like frosted film on her glasses.
Yeah.
She's just like, and all her, she just had the Starbucks cup. It was very smart.
See, and it's
very
like
good.
they're actual costumes.
Yeah.
They're actually effort. It's not just I just showed up in whatever I'm wearing. It's like, no, I had to think this through. So
Who just came through the door? Oh, it was James. Good. Okay. Thanks, Mike Smith. Yeah, New Friday Nights just went out.
Yeah, it's also for Halloween.
So, all right, stories that we talked about. Pokemon Center in London vastly underestimated how popular Pokemon would be in London.
yeah, they've been.
I feel like they didn't, like they probably knew, and they just, that was the intended thing.
Well, the thing is, they didn't apparently. According to some of the employees,
really?
There's been some interviews, and it's kind of been like, we knew it was going to be successful, so it's why we have as much as we did. We didn't realize it'd be that successful. That people, there was a dude. This is an outlier, but there's a dude who flew in from Hong Kong to get a bowler bedecked Pikachu. 'Cause of
I
course
mean,
that's
he's
the
very
little-
cute.
he's very cute.
I hadn't noticed the
I
side
think for the
cane
cost of flying in, you
umbrella.
could just pay somebody to get one for you.
Probably, I think he was probably just going anyway, but they couched it as, I live in Hong Kong and I came here to do this. It's like, no, you live in Hong Kong. You were coming to London anyway because you're like, oh, it all comes. It's like when people come to Victoria because they're like, oh, I'm coming for Desert Bus, so I'll just stay in Victoria for a month or something.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, that happens. But yeah, they vastly underestimated
fault. I
it.
banged my foot.
The mall doesn't open at the time that everyone was lining up. You had to line up at like 4 a.m. if you want to be 10th in line, that kind of thing. It's just and until November 15th is when they plan on being open, but they're like, we are just going to blow through all of our stuff way too fast.
The
So now they're lobbying for a permanent one.
Yeah,
Westfield,
it makes sense.
where the center is a very popular international shopping destination as it is.
Right, but it's the kind of thing where if you're in the UK, you're considering altering your plans to be in London to go to the Pokemon store.
Yeah, essentially.
Right.
Yeah,
And if you're not there at crack of dawn, you might just get turned away.
And at this point too, if you're not there before November 15th, you are probably not going to get something because they might end up selling out of it completely. Because the day things are completely.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
Well, I was gonna say, I was looking up. There's the screenshot of like the Twitter account that says when things are sold out, and because Twitter doesn't, the way Twitter displays times, it displays it looks like it's displaying relative times,
Yeah,
like it does like
17 hours ago.
yeah, or whatever. But that's from when it was tweeted, not your local time zone, which is an interesting point that I didn't know until today. Because
I was this years old when I learned that.
yeah, and the reason why I know that is because at like 11 this morning it said 2 hours ago on October 31st we're out of stuff. So
Wow.
and like we're closing the shop, which I'm assuming they didn't do at 9 o'clock in the morning their time.
Yeah.
Weird.
So anyway,
The Fallout thing. Yeah, I mean, I know that you talked about the memberships thing during Chill Point last week a bit.
but it hadn't actually like gone ahead then.
Yeah, so you didn't know about the problems that had arisen from it.
There's something great about a bottomless. It's like it's a bottomless chest.
Yeah,
You put
your stuff in it and it falls right out.
disappears,
and just
which is
gone.
like I guess actually probably what would happen if you had a bottomless chest, but not actually what people wanted.
Yeah, and the I mean, obviously it's not happening a lot, but there were some people having the sort of the like hunting down the first members to try to take their stuff just because they were, it was like, fight the Eat the rich in
Yeah,
Fallout 76.
I think
Possibly
it's like,
literally. I don't know if you can eat people in Fallout.
I don't
think
actually
you
know if the
can.
cannibal perk is in 76.
I would like to say I think it's pretty rude of Fallout to be like, wow, the Outer Wilds is really killing it and everybody loves it so much with this whole like destroy capitalism thing for them to also then co-opt that as a storyline for Fallout 76. Very rude. Very rude.
And yeah, my favorite piece of the entire discourse was when the Fallout First memberships were announced on the subreddit. Now, if you enjoy something and you want to realize why you're wrong and should
Outer
actually
Worlds,
hate that,
whoops.
should actually hate that thing, then just go to the subreddit for it, right? Because
Regardless of what the topic
yeah,
is.
every
Fluffy kittens,
fandom subreddit
whatever,
is
yeah.
terrible. I mean, really, like there's a thing with people. Anytime someone posts a video or something about like, look at this funny thing my cat does.
Oh, yeah, it
and,
is.
and then the top comment is like, your cat is gonna die.
Yeah,
You
this
need
is
to-
abuse.
You've been feeding them milk or I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah.
So the point is, that was announced, and it's like Wastelanders has been pushed back to next year, so NPCs aren't coming yet. But we've done this thing where you can pay us a monthly thing, and you get these things that people have wanted, but now it's paywalled behind this or whatever. And the top comment was just, "All right, I'm gonna head out."
Yeah.
It was just like that's very succinct. Mm-hmm. Just like, cool, I'm out. I'm done.
Maybe I don't need to be in this subreddit
Yeah.
or in this game anymore.
Farewell.
Yeah, I know it's about to turn to shit.
Oh man, Waluigi running in Mario Kart is one of the funniest things I've seen all week.
I was trying to think, what's the angle on this when I was writing the
just
story, and I'm
funny.
like, it's
Like-
just funny.
Like, is there a game that's just Mario Kart, but it's actually a foot race?
Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, kind of. No, wait, because it doesn't have power ups.
Where they're all just running
Yeah.
at 80 miles an hour or whatever,
or just like if it was like you could use any kind of vehicle you want, or just foot running.
or
Yeah.
just running, and they're all like equally fast.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I just want to see like all the different Mario characters
Because Wario
in
and
their
Luigi
they're
have
like
one.
they're like sprinting, like Wario like waddling along.
But just at like 80. Just
Yeah, and the little
Sonic
like
R
the
apparently.
little
Yeah.
the Goombas, going along but going at super speed.
No power-ups because drugs are illegal at the Olympics.
Yes.
Nice.
It was just kind of like, I love that we took Mario Party 9 and I'm like, why wouldn't you take like one of the tennis games or the soccer games or something like that has like Waluigi and some sports gear with some actual sneakers on or something, right? Instead of just
No, that's against Waluigi's style.
I guess. I mean, I kind of thought like he should look like he's ready for a race, but yeah. Anyway,
The Flash doesn't need to put on sneakers when he goes for a run.
he would burn them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Waluigi he wasn't even like in the race. He was just walking by at the time. He was like, all right, might as well go.
Yeah.
And then Persona.
The Royal.
They've added so much stuff.
So much stuff. Heather told me something funny where they said that they don't think it's going to increase the time because what they're doing is they're decreasing some of the loading times in the game. And I was
That's not enough time.
okay, one, I don't remember the loading screens being that long when I was playing it, but they were very cleverly designed. The loading screens would be disguised as a calendar that was changing days, and on that screen they would give you some information about how public opinion about your characters was changing, and they would give you some text boxes to read to show you what people were thinking, because the public opinion of the Phantom Thieves was very important to the overall plot of the game. So yes, that was a loading screen, but it contained relevant information, and frequently I would stay on there for longer than I needed to read things.
So you wouldn't want to actually skip that anyway.
No.
Cool.
Also, let's be honest here, they're adding probably a minimum of 12 hours of content.
Yeah.
And
Also,
if
I don't.
There
were
wasn't 12 hours
yeah.
worth of loading screens.
If there were previously 12 hours worth of loading screens, then something was very wrong.
I don't know if this was actually an interview with someone from Atlas. I think this was, or maybe it was. I don't know. But there's a lot more stuff.
So yeah, the game can't be shorter. They're literally the same length. They're literally adding a new person, a new dungeon, and 2 more months of school.
Also, the personal palace that you can decorate.
It's probably just a room where you can put your trophies.
But
'Cause
you know
could
how
put your
long it's going to take to get that to look just right?
Well, here's my thought is I'm actually not super excited about that because you can always decorate your room by putting up stuff you get from other people. It's probably like that. So it's probably just a room I don't care
But
about.
what if it's like
something.
your Animal Crossing camp?
I
Yeah.
Yeah.
just want I like the idea of patch notes where just added 2 more months of school. Like, wait,
nobody
that's not
wanted
good.
that, right?
We did.
Hooray, more school.
More school. Well, they need to fit the new person in somewhere.
Also, apparently, more time at night to
Yes.
do all the other
Yeah.
new stuff, which I thought was very funny.
Well, because if you played Persona 4, once you'd gotten around for a while, you had the option to go out at night because your uncle was not going to tell you what to do. Like, he's like, you're an adult,
Yeah.
right? And
You've killed a guy.
yeah. Not this
Unprovably.
game. Not this game.
Okay.
That's
Oh.
a different game. You're
Okay.
just
You've allegedly killed a guy.
no. In 4, where you could just go out at night and do what you wanted to do, you
Right.
were from Tokyo and you'd moved to the country. So like, what's more dangerous around here than it was in Tokyo? In 5, you can ostensibly live on your own, but you have Morgana the cat,
Right.
who's like, shouldn't you go to bed? And you listen to them.
Like,
So we were like, what
you
the
don't
F?
own me, cat. Get out
Yeah.
of here.
Shut up, cat.
Now you can like study at night and stuff. So
All right, other stuff.
Yeah.
The Fortnite now has just like a raid boss.
Yeah.
Fortnite is just they're just like we're bored of battle royale. Let's like add other games in here now too.
Let's just F it all up.
This was so apparently this guy showed up in the actual like Fortnite fight the zombies or whatever it's called survival thing, like the original Fortnite.
Yeah. He's called the Storm King. by the
And
way.
yeah, he's called the Storm King. And so presumably, yeah, you have to like get together with other. I think you can do it like in teams. And you can go in and fight. It's just like a WoW raid. Like you go in and he's got different modes, and you have to break down his different defenses. And
He looked like Cernobog.
yeah.
Like from,
got a- yeah,
from
very
like
Night on
from
Bald
yeah,
Mountain.
Night on Bald Mountain. You can't see that, but yeah.
I hope I wasn't quite sure about how it works, but I hope because it's done in the context of the battle royale thing, that you can also just gank each other while you're doing it.
In the Battle Royale version of the fight, 20 players drop onto the map towards the center island. After a few seconds, the Storm King spawns, which uses similar mechanics to his Save the World cousin. Players have to dodge around energy beams, falling meteors, and an army of zombies, all while taking shots at his weak spots that appear in his body. After you destroy all 3 spots, you get a chance to damage him directly. The boss is almost exactly like raid fights that have existed for years in games like WoW and Destiny. They're bigger than normal PvE events that require players to work together to take down the boss. Huh. And Storm King was temporarily disabled, but is back now.
Like,
Okay.
Yeah, he was temporary. Apparently, there was a glitch where people would like come in on the bus with balloons or like the intro part.
the party bus or whatever.
And then they would basically kind of like, and then it would glitch out before they actually got to jump out of the thing, and then like take you back to the lobby and it'd be
Oh.
like, you killed the boss, good job.
Yeah, here's some V-Bucks.
DeepMind's Alpha Star achieves Grandmaster level in StarCraft 2.
Yeah.
I thought that was super cool.
It's a computer.
It's now better than 99.8% of players out there.
So there
Wow.
was they previously a couple months or maybe a year ago
Get that
there was a thing about
EPM.
they made an AI that could beat like high level StarCraft players in certain circumstances. It only played Protoss, and it
So did this
and
one.
it played in a very specific way.
Right.
And it also apparently had sort of it had more information and was capable of things that a human player wouldn't be able to do. So what they've done is they've gone back and they've retrained this thing, and they've added restrictions on it so that like it can't execute commands faster than a real player can.
Okay, right.
Uh,
It doesn't have the sickest micro.
Well, its micro is
got
still
very good micro.
ridiculously sick.
Yeah.
But it's still there. So they put some limits on it.
But they're testing the strategies, is what they said.
Yeah. I mean, there's still obviously big questions about how well it's actually playing like a real person. But apparently, like they've limited. So apparently, it has to like actually use the StarCraft UI and like click on things and move things around like a real player would. Apparently, it does really, really well.
I imagine it's got to be like really weird to watch the mouse move in like
Well,
precise directions.
Yeah, it's played like it's been playing like millions and millions of games against itself, right?
Yeah.
In order to
MTV CDM says, so what would happen if you pitted a StarCraft AI against a chess AI and a Go AI and all the other AIs that have been trained to play various games, but put them together in a game of Fortnite?
there you go.
Here you go.
Well, it's the thing that apparently they're really interested with games like StarCraft is that games like chess or Go or checkers or whatever are what are called open information games, right? You just look at the board and you have all the information. Whereas the next step in the sort of game playing computers are these hidden information, so like poker and in StarCraft, which is the fog of war and stuff, because that requires that the computer be more have more sort of contingencies. Like it literally doesn't know everything that could possibly go on. So it has to guess. And of course, StarCraft is a phenomenally complicated game. So but
Speaking of Go, Counter-Strike Go. Fraud in my Valve game. The headline is Valve disables container key sales and trades in CSGO due to rampant fraud.
yeah, it's not actually in the game.
Yeah.
Basically, they've worked out that. So there's the thing where you can sell and trade keys for the boxes that you get. I feel like CS was like one of the first games to actually do the loot box thing as we know it now.
Right.
They've worked out.
TF2, I think, might have been.
Oh, yes,
might have
yeah.
been the first one. Anyway,
They've worked out that like 99% or 95% of something of key selling and trading is fraudulent.
It's money laundering.
And so they're like,
awkward.
So just like they just said, no more of this
Yeah.
for now.
Somebody told me about this, and I said my favorite kind of hubris is where tech bros realize why we have the laws that we have.
where they're slowly rebuilding the thing. They're like, hey, wait, this is all fraudulent. Oh, that's
Right, that's why we have all these finance laws.
yeah.
That were brought in the last time capitalism reigned rampant and unchecked, right?
I mean, that's more like the Bitcoin thing. I mean, this is still managed by a central entity, but yeah, it's saying in the past, most key trades were between legitimate customers. However, worldwide fraud networks have recently shifted to using CSGO keys to liquidate their gains. At this point, nearly all key purchases that end up being traded or sold in the marketplace are believed to be fraud sourced. That's like their official blog post, so they're like just coming out right out and saying it. So they're like,
Holy
okay,
moly.
so we're going to disable that for the moment.
Yikes. Final Fantasy XIV has now received the 2B costume from Nier Automata, which is cool in and of itself. It's also not gender locked,
Which people are very happy
You can
about.
dress anybody up like 2B.
Do we know whether or not all of the
It's-
character models have buttholes? Because I believe that was the thing about 2B that everyone was talking about for a while.
I'm not personally aware of that, Beach.
Oh, okay. No, that was a that was a thing.
I don't play the game.
We've
So
talked about
if anyone has any butthole insight, if I was to work
Keep it to
something.
yourself.
Apparently, the costume pieces are very stretchy because some of the characters are very different sizes in some of the models and stuff. So
Apparently, your character's ass looks great in this costume.
Hey, nice.
So there's that. We touched on it in the coming up, but yeah, as part of the League of Legends and Louis Vuitton partnership, you can now get which you can buy physical things,
Oh yeah, that
right?
makes
And
sense.
the world's trophy is in like this fancy Louis Vuitton case. You can buy your $10 digital ticket to watch Worlds. Gives you the code that allows you to then grind for the tokens you need to buy this skin.
I want to die.
it appears that it appears that like I feel like Louis Vuitton has been reduced to like this. It's like this one pattern.
Yeah.
Blame Takashi Muramaki for that, or whatever his name is. The one who did the super colorful one that like excited everybody's interest. And Louis Vuitton again after it had been very staid, but then everybody was like, "Oh, I just love that pattern," and then it sort of lost a lot of outside context.
So the skin was designed by Nicolas
Murakami, thank you.
Guesquire, Not sure exactly how to pronounce it. Louis Vuitton's artistic director of women's collections, and the skin is the first of two. The second one also will be a prestige edition skin for Senna. If you know who that character is. So
One of the 400 they have, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway.
Sony's shutting down PlayStation View.
I don't even remember what that is.
That's probably why they're shutting it down.
It's a cable cutting service. You could get the big networks like ABC, Fox, and NBC, all that. You bought that, probably only available in the States. Who
Probably,
knows?
yeah.
But it was like you could spend $10 a month, and you would get all the big networks, and it would allow you to cut cable. And then they realized, oh, holy shit, that's not sustainable.
Well, and it's also like, you're saying like you don't know. It was like in the States, and apparently one of the issues was that various networks would because of how their licensing deals fell apart or came about, various networks would pop up and then disappear and then pop up, and things would be available on the system and then just disappear, and then another one would come up and disappear. It was not. I mean, it's just weird to see they're shutting theirs down at the same time as there's 3 or 4 other big streaming networks all coming online at the same time now.
Yeah.
It's probably just a licensing issue because the thing is, PlayStation was probably like, yes, license this content to us to use because Sony likes to control things, and NBC is like, why would we license our content to you when we could just have our own streaming service and people can give us the money directly?
Yeah,
right?
I mean, it was. I think it's a holdover from a different time, 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
The thought in the industry was a slightly different mode than it is now.
Yeah, the thought.
The idea that there would still be TV networks in the same way, which apparently we're sort of going away from.
Very quickly.
We're getting back to is cable.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
Annoyingly. One more quick thing before we get on to the subs, because a couple people were asking about it. Yes, on AEW Dynamite last night on TNT, which I guess was their Halloween episode, Kenny Omega entered dressed as Sans from Undertale, complete with a sort of a video little mini history of Kenny Omega and his time leaving New Japan in the style of Undertale, and then cutting into the Megalovania music.
Yeah.
And if the I assume that video was made by Toby Fox, and I assume that because this is not even the first time that Kenny Omega has done a thing with Toby Fox. There's a thing a couple years ago in New Japan with Undertale and everything. So that's why it's not news to us, because it's yes, Kenny has done this before actually, and apparently worked directly with Toby Fox to make the video and stuff, which is super cool.
Yeah.
But now he came out. Yeah, he came out dressed fully in a Sans outfit last night.
Apparently, it was just in January he did this an Undertale thing.
So apparently AEW is the jam now. It's like the cool wrestling.
It's very good.
Yeah.
It's
Apparently,
very
it's the
good.
tits.
Yeah.
If you like wrestling, you
The
should watch
stone
that.
tits.
Really, that's yeah.
Yeah, and
Hard impact on
you
the
don't
chest.
have the whole you don't have the whole it's oh yeah, wrestling without Vince McMahon doing stuff.
Yeah, it's wild.
Interesting. This is this new and possibly good way of doing things.
10th Tech Priest, we've already recorded the next episode of Sidewalk Slam, and we talk about everything. So stay tuned for
Apparently
that.
not the Undertaker, because Beej didn't know what you were talking about.
We've talked
and
about it
that's
before.
and that's entirely
Look,
real.
just respect the kayfabe, Paul.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of this. For a pulled together Halloween costume, this is a good Halloween costume.
Yeah, you delivered. This is
Yeah.
good.
Oh, Jordan, yes, you can have the beer that I forgot to take with me and left in your fridge. Enjoy the blood orange goes there. It was nice.
Where are we? Oh,
that's not just Jordan. Everybody at home.
enjoy Graham's beer.
If Graham left beer in your fridge,
If I
you're
left
free
beer
to
in
take
anyone's
it.
fridge,
Quick note: Reggie Fils-Aimé
yes,
has been named the Andrew Yoon Legend. He received it as an award. The Andrew Yoon Legend Award from the New York Video Game Critic Circle. Some crazy shit. I have no idea. But Reggie is now literally legend according to some small group. And also, I think more interestingly, Shigeru Miyamoto has been named a Person of Cultural Merit for Japan by Japan.
That was one of those things where, like, what, he wasn't that already?
It's the first time they've done anybody related to video games.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
really?
It's,
Yeah.
And it's they only award this once per year, so only one person gets this, and it's once per year. And he's not on the level of like Tezuka being god of manga kind of thing. He's probably not going to end up as being like enshrined as a literal kami, but
should.
he's still alive.
Considering
Yeah.
considering how culturally relevant around the planet the games he has created are.
Yeah.
He probably should be.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Because
we'll see.
honestly, if
Like,
if
you
it
know-
is cultural relevance,
Yeah.
I would say more people worldwide now know about Mario than Astro Boy.
And I'm trying not to disparage Reggie getting named legend, right? Like that
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of thing. Because Miyamoto's award being person of cultural merit, which is a very restrained
That's very Japanese.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
And it's a huge deal.
That's massive. Yeah. Cool.
Nice. All right, let's welcome people who have subscribed.
Yeah.
Starting with Ard Reese for 3 whole years. Thank you very much.
Konis for 39 months. Welcome back.
Hey, everybody, it's your friend and mine, Undertaker! Gifted by the Meerkat.
It all worked.
How did that happen?
Final Show Films showed up for 69 months. Nice. What is happening to my pants? I'm sorry, I'll be back.
Electro Irisu
Yes.
for 47 months.
WCW Monday Nitro and Devo
Aw.
gifted by the Meerkat.
Thank you,
Thank
Meerkat.
you.
WWE's Devo on WCW. I feel like a wrestler like coming in wearing like the Devo thing could have been something that
It's
happened
probably
at some
been
point.
done at one point. Yeah.
It is such a sort of recognizable costume, especially like at a certain, in a certain era.
Hey, Beckett13 is a new subscriber. Happy Halloween.
Muon Decay for 72 months.
Wow.
That is many, many months.
Wowie, wowie. Ryson, 74 months. Welcome back.
Oh boy, it's Sir Jack DB, 32 months. Woo!
Woo, spring break.
Frightened for 31 months.
I'm feeling very frightened. Clench Eastwood, 57 months. Welcome back, Clench Eastwood.
Oh boy, JS1813, 32 months.
Nathan Longhair for 49 months.
Hungry Hampst for 14 months. Welcome back.
And King Koopa has been here for 6 months. Thank you.
Mini Whack for 53 months. Thank you very much.
Wintermelon 100, gifted by AI Amethyst. It was great to see you. Hello.
Hey, Nomi77 has been here for 46 big long months. Thank you.
Large months.
Alien Nanobots for 28 months. Welcome, Nanobots. I hope you enjoyed yourselves.
Yeah.
Yes.
All trillions of you.
And thank you for the 100 bits from Red Shoes Jeff. Yeah.
Don't worry, she will.
Yeah.
Yay.
That's it.
Coming up.
Magic is happening right now, so don't go away.
Our MTG. I know James was excited about Triple Innistrad drafts.
Oh, perfect
Triple
for
Innistrad
spooky
drafts.
times.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then
Yas.
tonight.
For spider spawning.
Tonight is going to be carving pumpkins on the Tinker Tailor Solder Fry.
We have very good pumpkins.
They got some real good chunkins in the other room.
They're big chunky boys. The longest part of that stream is going to be hollowing out those pumpkins.
Thick pumps.
Because I did one yesterday and it took a long time.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Thanks everybody
Bye,
for
everybody.
watching.
I'm going to go peel myself out of this suit.
Bye.
Nice. Just hold that image in your mind for a sec.
Yeah.
There we go.